Good morning. I am here at a hostel and it's September 15th and you guys still don't know which trail I'm hiking. So let me show you. So this is the hostel and I'm hiking. Woohoo! Well, I'm at the Pinhoti Outdoor Center, but I'm gonna hike the Pinhoti. Woohoo! Oh, and then let me show you this amazing hostel. It definitely is a potential for a vortex. It's so nice. Got some guitars, a fan, and then this wonderful hiker right here. This is just Jess. Woohoo! How many times have you hiked the Pinhoti or around the Pinhoti?
This is probably my fourth time.
Fourth time. She likes the Pinhoti. And then there's coffee. And then look at this, a nice Pinhoti 2024 sign. And guess what? Look at this. Look who's this? Look. In case y'all didn't know, somewhere did hike the Pinhoti after the first half of the AT. And I sent her a text and asked, like, what the heck does all of this mean? I need a dictionary. And she says she created this term right here herself. And it's called Extended Appalachian Trail, Southbound Flip-Flopper. So, and then I'm right here, AT22 PCT. You know, I just gotta flex my hikes. So yeah.
There's no dove in here. It's dove season.
Is it dove season?
Uh-huh.
Really? Mm-hmm. Excuse me, Rain. Rain, come here. Rainy day.
That's my name, she says.
Yeah. Well, oh wow.
Okay, you can stay on my bed, but don't get on the other ones.
Somebody definitely can do whatever they want at their house.
Her name is Rain.
Mm-hmm.
I called the number.
Alrighty, this is it. I'm at this here southern terminus, but the sign is back there, but the first blue blaze is right here. And yes, you heard that right. This trail is blazed blue. And this is the first blaze, you know? Let's get this started. So the blue is actually like a lighter blue. I know one of the ladies that took me from the airport to the hostel said it was called a Walmart blue. So it isn't really like a dark blue, it's just like a lighter blue. Well, I'm back in my element. I'm so excited to hike a little bit more. Oh, it looks like there's a trail register. So let me do that and then keep talking. Look at this beginning of the Appalachians. Okay. All right, this here trail right there already showing me who's boss. But also it's really neat because it definitely is more like the AT. I mean, it went straight up. I have 0.4 now of a pretty steep uphill coming up, but also it has these cool signs that are just like on the PCT. So it's kind of like a really cute little combination of AT and PCT. I was gonna say something different though besides that. But yeah, 0.4 of an uphill to Flag Mountain. And then we'll talk a little bit more about what the Pinhoti is and stuff that I've learned while I was at the hostel. Because, you know, I'm generally not super educated in this kind of stuff. And to be honest, when I decided to hike the Pinhoti, I knew nothing. I just knew, you know, how long it was and all those things. So let's get this 0.4 of steepness out of the way. And I'll show you the signs that are just like on the PCT. Like these signs right here, you have them on the Tahoe Rim Trail and the PCT, but they're not really very prevalent on the AT at all. On the AT, it's really just tree blazes. Okay, we're gonna be, I guess, no bushwhacking, just a little overgrown. Holy steep. And yes, this here is the Appalachian Mountains. Welcome back, Roadrunner. It seems like there's a porta potty. I think I'm on top of Flag Mountain. There's a tower, which may or may not be locked. I'll try to go up there and then we'll have a little chat. So let's have a look at this pretty tower. Wow, this reminds me of a tower on Bear Mountain in New York on the AT. Wow. Oh boy. My tripod is no longer a tripod, it's a bipod, so it'll be more difficult to shoot anything now. Of course, just as I'm filming, there's this like little ATV thing outside, just creating the whole ambiance. Anyway, I wanted to give y'all a little bit of a life update. Some of you have asked, and some of you are like, oh wow, you're hiking another trail, what's going on? So ultimately, once I finished the Pacific Crest Trail, some things in my life changed where I no longer have really a reason to stay in Florida. In fact, the reason why I stayed in Florida was because of a relationship. The relationship is no longer, and so now I really truly don't have a reason to stay in Florida anymore. I had not been happy for the last 2 years being in Florida. I mean, I'm very thankful for Florida. I'm happy that I had lived in Florida, but I really feel like the mountains are calling me and I want to be in a different environment. So now I'm in a situation where, what do I want to do with my life? I already told my boss that I will not be returning to the dance studio. So to any of my students who are watching, I'm sorry if this is how you find out, but I will not be returning to the dance studio. And you know, I loved working with you guys, and the students really were the reason of what made me feel complete as a dance teacher. I have some really, really amazing students. Anyway, so I'm not gonna live in Florida, I'm not gonna work in Florida. Like, what do I wanna do with my life? And that's really what I'm gonna try to figure out. Now, I don't think I'll be able to figure everything out while being on the Pinhoti, but the Pinhoti is a 350-mile trail. I'm not sure I'll be able to through hike it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look at it as like, I want to through hike it, but if I do not, it's gonna be okay. I'm in a place where I just did a really big hike and I'm really just back on trail for the sake of being back on trail. So yeah, so I'm gonna call this like my alone therapy trail, because I'm actually early for the season. Apparently the fall season starts in October, and then a lot of people hike the Pinhoti in spring. So I'm here in September, and apparently I'm early. So this is also a reason why I'll be coming across a lot of blowdowns, not a maintained trail, because the actual trail maintainers are not coming out until this weekend to start the maintenance of the Pinhoti trail. So it'll be fun. I like this trail so far. I've looked at a lot of it. There's some elevation as just happened. There's some road walking.
I love the idea I'll be near stores. It'll be kind of a unique experience for me, and I am really looking forward to it. One of the things that I thought is that this trail is gonna be really cold and wet, but no, I'm in Alabama. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. It's so much like Florida. I know it's overcast right now, but it's warm. I really don't need my sun hoodie. I don't have another shirt, but I wish I had a short sleeve shirt. But it's gonna be hot. The forecast looks like it's gonna be in the 80s during the day and the 60s at night. And then of course the Pinhoti also travels into Georgia, right? So same, Georgia and Alabama, very similar to Florida, unless you get to North Georgia, it's a little bit cooler. Anyway, so that's really the update. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm not going back to Florida. And that sounds really scary for me because I've lived in Florida for over 20 years. I don't even know what's going on. I need a car that is able to travel on rugged terrain. I have a sedan at home and I really want like an SUV, but then like I don't have a job, so now how to pay for a new used car. So there's a lot of stuff. Anyway, that's the life update. So let's get back to hiking. So the word Pinhoti, I think actually means turkey. That's why the symbol of the Pinhoti Trail looks like a turkey foot. As you can see all those blazes. We got blue, we got yellow, we got a little blue yellow extravaganza. So I didn't actually talk about what my plan for the next few days is. So the place where I stayed at is a hostel that's about 20 miles into the hike. So I could go back there tomorrow. There's another hostel at like maybe 40, 50 miles, which is one that somewhere the hiker recommended, but I don't think I'm gonna go there, but you never know. But my next hostel stay is at a place called Green Hippie Hiker Hostel. That's at around 100 miles. And so I have to let them know when I get there, but I kind of wanted to see today and tomorrow how I want to hike. Do I want to hike small miles and just like, you know, live my best life? Or do I like crushing miles on this trail too? I don't know. So if I were to do 25 miles a day, I could get there in like 4 days. 4.5, because I don't think today I'll be crushing 25 miles, that's for sure. So my next place is gonna be the Green Hippie Hiker Hostel at about 100 miles. And while I'm hiking, there's gonna be places where I can get food. So I think I only resupplied for like 3-ish days. But like for example today, I hope there's this little store that supposedly is just very fun to go into because he's selling all kinds of unique things. But he kind of has like hours that is whatever he wants hours to be. Like they're not official hours. He just decides when he wants to be open, when he wants to be closed. So you never know if it's going to be open. Today's Sunday too, so I'm thinking a lot of people in the south wouldn't be open on a Sunday. But so yeah, and then I think tomorrow I have like a 5-mile road walk, and then it's going to be kind of a really interesting experience. I'm really excited for some of the variety that this trail seems to offer. That's just like so cute. Oh, and yeah, I'm back in shelter country, right? The PCT doesn't really have any shelters, so how neat to see shelters again. I love that. Yeah, I really do love that. River Crossin. Okay, I have about 0.6 of another uphill. It's a bit sprinkling, which I knew was gonna happen. I knew there was a % chance of rain today, but the next few days after that is just sun shining. So I was like, well, if it rains today, I can dry everything out tomorrow. So yeah, a little drizzling right now, and I think I'm on top that bump that I was talking about. Okay, I'm gonna try it. The Daiki or the Daiichi? The Daiki Life Trail or the Daiichi Life Trail? I did get a new fanny pack, Cotopaxi. It's not really the fanny pack I wanted. I like light AF fanny packs because they are Dyneema or Ultra. They're water resistance, waterproof. But mine was done. My light AF was done, and I didn't have enough time to get a new light AF, as well as, like, you know, I kind of like, I don't really know where to mail things right now. So that's another thing. Anyway, I definitely want another light AF fanny pack. I like those a lot. But for now, I'll have the Cotopaxi. And I was gonna say something about that. Oh yeah, fun fact. Light AF stands for light as a feather, everybody. I know they use it as a play with words, you know, it's light AF. But it's light as a feather. That's what it stands for. All right, my first road walk through a town. I think that's so cool, being able to walk through towns. I love that about the AT. You walk through Hot Springs, Damascus, Duncannon. There's another town I can't think of. But I think that's pretty neat. I love walking through towns. Okay, I'm about a mile from the general store, the store, and here's to praying. Please let it be opened. I want to experience it. Please let him decide to open it up. Ooh, okay, I was told that this church has a water spigot and it encourages hikers to use the spigot. So I'm gonna find it. Got me some nice water right there. American churches are so unique looking. If you ever go to Europe, a Europe church or European church, I mean, I like European churches because they're like, they all have this like stained glass and they're like almost like castles. But these like southern churches, they're so cute. That's a store. I just don't know if it's open. Doesn't look open. Closed. But I'll sit here and eat a little bit. My food. Oh man. Coca-Cola. I had bought a sandwich at the Piggly Wigglies. I know I already said this, but kind of. We in the South, y'all. Like, we are in the South. Also, I've already heard 3 gunshots. Maybe I'll have to wear my orange handkerchief that I have attached to the back of my pack. right now, I'm really fighting the urge to do a somewhere thing. This road right here reconnects with a trail about 10 miles from here. Only if I take this road, I think I'll be hiking like 4 or 5 miles, versus if I take the trail, it'll be 10 miles. Now the reason why I'm even considering that is because there's a restaurant past that, and apparently they have breakfast. So if I'm hiking the trail, I'll probably get there for lunch tomorrow. But if I did the road, I could get there for breakfast tomorrow. So I still have a little bit to think. Also, listen, if you want me to be purist on this here trail, ain't gonna be it. I told you already why I'm here. I'm here to enjoy myself. I'm here just to experience and have a good old time. So, I think Dixie's hiked to Pinhoti from Homemade Wanderlust. I'm sure there's a bunch of channels, so if you want to see the full-on Pinhoti trail, I don't know. I'm probably still gonna hike the trail, but I am contemplating doing a little shortcuttery doodah. Like, you know, somewhere. She's just such a bad influence when it comes to hiking. Not really bad, you know. She just is like, I can do a shortcut there. And I could. All right, y'all, I decided to take the trail, not the road, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. All right. I was going uphill right away. Oh. Alrighty, so I decided to take this here trail because first of all, it'll be road walk, and once I get back to that spot, it'll be road walking again. And also, there doesn't seem to be any sort of camping. And also, tomorrow, I think, is going to be the day of the battle with the dogs. Apparently, this road walk that's coming up tomorrow has a lot of dogs roaming around. So, it'll be the battle of the dogs tomorrow. Somewhere the hiker definitely warned me about the dogs on the Pinhoti Trail. So, that should be interesting for tomorrow. But yeah, I have about 13.5 miles to the restaurant from here. So whatever I hike today will reduce that. And I'd probably, no, definitely prefer to camp in the woods than on the side of the street. Looks like I have an actual river crossing. I'm gonna try this here tree right there because I really don't want to have wet feet today. Nobody told me that I'm gonna have a real river crossing right here. Yeah, that was a slippery tree right there. Almost took me down. Key West. Hey, no, I'm not doing go there. Springer Mountain 413 miles. Cool. Mount Katahdin 2600. Oh my goodness. Can I just say thank you to whoever drove here with a lawnmower and mowed this here trail for us? That is so cool. Thank you so much. According to Far Out, this is where the Terrapin Hill section begins. Terrapin. I'm sure I pronounced that just so perfectly. Oh, there's a mailbox. Never seen that on this here trail before. Let's have a look. Oh, a logbook. Looks like there are 2 other people on the trail. They're Restless and Tagalong signed the register today, September 15th. I kind of knew that because they are, I think, staying at the Pinhoti Outdoor Center today. They went out yesterday during that. Yesterday was a rain, like a rainstorm, like just so much rain. And they still went out. Hats off to them. But I know that they were staying at the Pinhoti Outdoor Center today. But they were at this here spot today. So I'll definitely catch up with them once they get back on trail tomorrow. It'll be kind of neat to have maybe people nearby. I don't know. I know one of them hiked the Appalachian Trail last year, so I think it's the lady. So it'll be cool to meet them if I get to meet them. Yeah, but I'll be on trail by myself tonight, that's for sure, because they'll be at the hostel. 6:12 p.m. Definitely getting darkish. I have less than a mile to the spot, and some wonderful water is just a-flowing everywhere. Looks like I found my campsite. There are some little tree things, a fire pit if I wanted to make a fire. Everything is wet though. And then some spots. Put up my campsite on water nearby. That's the best part. I have to figure out, oh, I can't put my tent right. I was like, oh, this is a good spot. It's literally right in the middle of the trail. I don't think anybody's gonna come here though, but I'll just be a little bit off the trail. Right here, this looks like a good spot.